Hello yogis, welcome back to your mat. My name is Krista and this is day 16 of our Spring into Yoga challenge. We have a little bit of a different scenery today since it's been so nice out where I live. I figured we would do our class outside today to enjoy the nice sunshine. So this class is all about patience with yourself. We might be doing some difficult transitions here and there, some difficult poses, but just take it nice and slow, really listen to your body and take rest if you need to take rest. As always, check the description down below so you can link up the playlist for this class. And we'll get started today in a tabletop. So coming onto all fours, hips are stacked over the knees and shoulders are over the wrists. And just starting to move in and out of cat-cow, taking any intuitive movements that feel good for your spine and for your body here. Starting off nice and slow, maybe shifting your weight forward and back, side to side. Think of laterally flexing the spine. Pushing back into an active child's pose and then rounding your spine as you come up, maybe to a modified plank and back. Maybe bending the elbows out to the side, drop your chest down towards the floor. Shift your weight forward and back, side to side. Drop the right elbow down, twist towards the left. Noticing any clicks and pops. And then coming back up onto both hands, dropping the left forearm down. And again, shifting your weight forward, back, twisting over to the right this time. And then keeping the toes tucked under, sit the hips back towards your heels, stretch the arms out, active child's pose. Breathe. Just an intention for this class today, a question that I want you to think about is, do you approach your yoga practice the same way you approach your life? So as you move in and out of each pose, do you move with deep intention and awareness? Do you move with integrity, with strength, with grace? Or do you find that sometimes you're a little bit lazy and you kind of find cheat ways into getting in and out of each pose? Taking shortcuts, shying away from maybe feeling sensation. Just something to think about as we move through this practice. On your next inhale breath, shift your weight forward into a modified plank. Nice straight line from the crown of the head all the way to the knees. And then exhale, squeeze the elbows towards the ribs as you lower down. Bring your arms alongside the body, palms face up. As you inhale, start to fly the arms, fly the legs, lift the chest. And this might be very gentle to start. We're going to do this a couple times. So think of really activating the whole back chain of the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing. Crown of the head reaching forward. And then exhale, lower all the way down. And we'll do that again. And then on your next inhale breath, squeeze the inner thighs together, engage the glutes as you lift everything up. Maybe you lift a little bit higher. Keep breathing, keep reaching. Really pressing your pelvis into the floor. And then exhale, release. On your next inhale, we'll lift one more time. Locust pose. And then from here, bring a slight bend in the knees to really activate those hamstrings. Keep breathing. Okay, if you get a little bit of cramps, keep holding. And then exhale, release. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, push yourself back, child's pose. Just releasing out of that back bend, softening across your low back. Inhale, ripple forward, come back to tabletop. Finding an active tiger pose. As you inhale, start to extend that right leg back behind you in a straight line. And then bend the knee and think of reaching your toes towards the opposite shoulder. So you really want to think of squeezing your bum and then lift your head, your chest up. And then exhale around the spine as you draw that knee in towards your chest. Inhale, tiger pose. Exhale, curl everything in, really round the spine here. Yeah, inhale, back to tiger pose, really arch your back, lift your heart forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Beautiful. Extend that leg back behind you. Drop down onto that left forearm. And then as you bend the knee, draw it towards the right elbow or maybe the right tricep. And then extend that leg back. Keep shining that knee towards the side of your mat. Exhale, curl it in. Tap knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, really squeeze that glute at the top. Exhale, bring it in one more time. Beautiful. Extend that leg back. Come back onto both hands. Big step between the palms with the right leg. Inhale, rise up for your low lunge. Arms reach up towards the sky. Sink the hips a little bit lower, but keep squeezing that left butt cheek. From here, right hand grabs left wrist. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, and then exhale, take a side bend over towards the right side. Breathe into the side body. With strength and control, think of spiraling your upper body, your arms back down onto your mat, making a big half circle. For this next part here, you can keep your hands onto your mat. If you have blocks, feel free to use blocks. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, coming into a high lunge. Breathe here. Think of shining the back of that left knee up towards the sky. And your next exhale, think of straightening through that front leg. Send your hips back. Inhale, reach the heart forward as you come back into your lunge. Exhale, shift your hips back, extend the leg. Coming into a little pyramid pose. Really waking up through the legs, through the hips. Yeah, move with an intention, with control. And then come back into that lunge. Just remove your blocks out of the way if you have them. Pivot the back heel down and then bring both hands, arms to the inside of the front leg. Setting up for our side angle pose. So option to keep that bottom hand down and then spiraling that top arm up towards the ceiling or tracking towards the top of your mat. Or you can bring that forearm onto the thigh. Breathe. Keep spiraling that chest open up towards the ceiling. Nice strong activation in the legs. And then from here, begin to lift the torso up, pivot all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat, and then heels in, toes out, bend the knees, goddess pose. Bring your arms in line with the shoulders, and then side bend over towards the left. Make a big circle as you kind of forward fold, keeping the legs exactly where they are, and then side bend over to the right, and come back all the way. We're going to do that a few more times. Side bend over to the left. Make a big circle with the upper body. Legs stay exactly where they are. Last one. Beautiful. And then extend the legs, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Maybe the palms come together. And then exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips low. And we're gonna do that one more time, coming into our crescent lunge. Side bend over to the left. Make that big half circle. And as you come over to the right, pivot on the back toes. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Sweep that right leg back behind you, three-legged plank. Tiger plank maybe, as you bend the knee, lift the chest. From here, lower that back knee down. Drop the chin and chest down towards the floor. And then drop the leg down, finding your back bend, maybe your upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Slow, steady breathing. Come high onto the toes. Maybe play with floating your heels down towards your mat. Lengthening the breath, each inhale, each exhale. Inhale, rise high onto the toes. Float your knees down towards your mat. Come back into that tabletop. Inhale, extend the left leg back behind you. Nice straight line with the spine. Bend the knee, lift the chest, tiger pose. Exhale, curl knee to nose. Inhale, tiger. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, tiger pose. Lift it a little bit higher. Exhale, curl it all in. Inhale, extend, nice neutral spine. Drop the right forearm down onto the floor. From here, that left knee is going to tap either to the left elbow or the left tricep. Squeeze the bum as you extend the leg back. Exhale, curl it in, tap the elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time, tap the elbow. Inhale, extend back. And then come onto both hands, step that left foot between the palms. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up overhead. Sink into your lunge. Grab a hold of right wrist. Inhale, lengthen up towards the sky. And then exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Sweep in that big half circle to bring your hands back onto the floor. Option to reach for your blocks here. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Settle into your lunge here. Exhale, shift your hips back, straighten through your front leg. Inhale, ripple forward, low lunge. Lift the heart. Exhale, move it back. Yeah, moving nice and slow. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Beautiful. Come back into that lunge. Remove the blocks off to this side if you need to. Bring both hands to the inside of that front leg. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale, rise up for your side lunge. Keep reaching that top arm forward towards the top of your mat. Keep your tailbone tucked under. Inhale, rise up. Pivot both toes towards the top of your mat. Heels in, toes out. Bend the knees, goddess pose. From here, start to side bend over towards the right. Big circle down as you sweep the floor. Side bend over to the left. Inhale to come up. Let's do that 2 more times. Side bend over to the right. Legs stay as they are. Sweep the floor. Creating that big circle with the upper body. Beautiful. Last one here. Move slow with your breath. Allow your breath to control your movement. And then inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up to the top. Exhale, sink back, goddess pose. Last time to bring us to that crescent lunge. Side bend over to the right. Sweep the floor. Transition, slow transition, pivot on the back toes. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Sweep that left leg back, option to keep it straight, or find your tiger plank. Back knee lowers down. Exhale, chest and chin down to your mat, sun bow. Find your back bend, lower that left leg. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. If it feels good, maybe raspberry your lips. Come high onto the toes, float your knees down towards your mat. Come back into that tabletop. From here, extend the right leg behind you. Bend the knee, this time with your left arm, reach it back, reach for the foot. Think of kicking that foot into the hand into the foot. Tiger pose. Beautiful, and then release that knee down. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Thread the needle. Come to lay onto that left cheek, left shoulder. Breathe. Press into the right hand, inhale, come up. Release that left arm up towards the sky, and then bring it back down onto the floor. Let's switch sides. Inhale, extend that left leg behind you. Bend the knee with the right hand, reach for the back foot. Kick into the hand, into the foot. Really press that foot into your hand. Keep the knee squeezing into the midline of the body as much as possible. And then exhale, release hand, knee onto the mat. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread it through. Come to lay on your right shoulder. Just breathe here. Inhale, come up. Release that hand up towards the ceiling. And exhale down towards your mat. Come to sit on your bum. Just this last pose, butterfly pose. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. And then very gently hinge from your hips to fold. Bring your hands onto the mat, roll your spine up, close your legs up, just come into any comfortable seat, cross-legged. Bring your hands onto the knees, big shoulder roll, bringing your shoulders up towards the ears, down and back. Thank you for practicing today, everyone, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Namaste.